Tonight we are going to be reviewing some NexTool multi-tools that I'm pretty excited about. I did want to mention up front that NexTool has kindly provided me these multi-tools, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So first up we have the NexTool Black Knight, and this is going to be the updated version. For those of you overseas, you may want to get the older version because, as I understand, it did not come with a lock. This version does come with a lock, so for those of us in the US, this is a really nice improvement to have a locking knife. On the other side of the multi-tool, it will come with a saw as well. So it's a pretty nice wood saw. And then on this side, we are going to have a pair of scissors. Now, these are a really good pair of scissors. For some reason, I was getting them at just the wrong angle, and so they were not working. I have a hypothesis about that. So what I think may be happening is this tool is finished with the black coating, and I think some of that might have gotten in the way of the scissors. But as soon as that black coating is taken care of, these scissors work pretty much just like all the other NexTool scissors amazingly well. So really good pair of scissors, but be aware that just because of some of the heavy black coating, you may have to break them in, and I think that might be why they may not work extremely well at the beginning, but then once you get that coating, they should be fine. Now on the inside, we have a nice set of pliers. They meet very well at the end. I did also notice a lot of extra coating right there. That's one of the things I mean. So that does have a little hesitation on the wire cutter. It's no issue, just, you know, if you use it for a while, then it should be fine. Now, unfortunately, cosmetically, it doesn't look very nice, but it is what it is. All right, so let's go to the outside tools over here. And we do have the Phillips screwdriver. This is going to be a nice chunky Phillips screwdriver, a little bit short, but it is going to be the adapter for the bit kit. Now with this, I thought it was a little bit loose, but it does seem to hold in place, so that's nice. And then it does come with all these bits as well. So there is the Phillips screwdriver bit, and it seems to fit in there pretty well. It's not an extremely tight fit, but it does, again, it's not falling off. So pretty nice that it does have that added capability as well. Now, none of these are locking, so keep that in mind. And then we do have two other tools besides these screwdrivers. We are going to have a file, and it's only going to be a one-sided file. And then it's going to have like an awl on the end, a sharp tip there. And then we're going to have our bottle opener and then a flat screwdriver as well. And then it does have a very nice pocket clip. So I have carried this for a couple days, and it does fit very well in the pocket. One of the things I didn't realize was that this is essentially going to NexTool's mid-size multi-tool. So this will come in at 6.826 ounces. It will retail for $36.99 on Amazon. Now, on AliExpress, you can get these multi-tools cheaper, but on Amazon, I'm just going to give you the US Amazon prices. So it will come in at $36.99, and then it does have this pouch. Now again, to be honest, I am not a huge fan of this pouch. It's fine, but it does not feel extremely durable. I know NexTool, the representative from NexTool, had mentioned that they are upgrading their pouches, but for the moment, you can fit this right here, but this pouch, you know, it's just a cheaper pouch. So overall, the Black Knight, I feel like, is a pretty good multi-tool. Now, some people will say, well, it does have some issues. It does. I may have gotten just a bad version. This was sent to me directly from Amazon. But it is going to be, again, $36.99 compared to Leatherman rebar in this price range for $68. So almost double the price, essentially, for a Leatherman. So you're getting a lot of value for only $36. So definitely keep that in mind. All right. So then we come to the adjustable wrench, and to be honest, I'm actually more excited about this. Now, I've heard some negative reviews, so I was a little bit leery about the adjustable wrench. I wasn't sure how I would find it, so I've been carrying this to work just for review sake. I put away my Gerber center drive, and I decided, you know what, this is a little bit heavier duty feeling. This is going to come in around 9.5 ounces, so pretty close to the 10-ounce mark. And it does have a little bit of weight to it. I thought, I'm going to try that for my work and see how it holds up. Well, so far, I've only used it for maybe two to 4 days, but I've been really happy with it. So really excited about it. So I am going to be carrying this, I think, for the next foreseeable weeks, and I will try to do a long-term review update, probably within about a month, maybe. So we'll see how it goes, but maybe within about a month. All right, so now you may see some dirt and grime on this because I use this at work for a leaking valve. So we had a leaking valve at work, so I was able to use this, and so it's got some junk on it. So let's go ahead and start with the pliers. These, again, meet very well. We've got some wire cutters. These are not replaceable wire cutters. In the future, I think since this is more of a heavy-duty tool, I would like to see replaceable cutters. I think that would be a welcome addition. This is definitely a platform I would love to see NexTool keep. I think this has a lot of value. So I think this is one of the only cheaper multi-tools that, to me, even begins to compete in the heavy-duty multi-tool segment. All right, so we've got the pliers. We have got the pocket clip, which, again, a lot of heavy-duty multi-tools do not have, and I really like that it has a pocket clip on it. And then let's go ahead and look at these outside tools. So this is going to be a minimal tool set, which to me is fine. We are going to have the saw, and this does have the lock. And then we also have the knife. Now this does not have a lock. That's not a huge deal for me. I know that may be a deal breaker for some, but I would imagine NexTool in the upcoming versions may remedy that solution. So right now this is definitely something that for overseas might be an option. I'm not sure about blade length, but as far as the lock, this may be a tool that some of you overseas, it will work for you better than some of the other multi-tools. All right, and then we come to the adjustable wrench. Now, in the past, I have seen the adjustable wrench on a multi-tool as pretty much purely a gimmick, and I was afraid, to be honest, that that was going to be the same with this. But this adjustable wrench opens up very, very wide, a lot wider than, for instance, the Sierra KT Septimo, I believe it was, I reviewed not that long ago. So I am going to see if I can grab my measuring tape. There we go. And we are going to look right here. This is going to be basically, it looks like about 1 inch. It opens up to about 1 inch. So that's pretty impressive. I think this has the most capability for the adjustable wrench of any multi-tool I have had so far, which basically is just the Sierra KT Septimo, I think, because there are not that many adjustable wrench multi-tools out there. Gerber had come out with an archery multi-tool with adjustable wrench, but I never picked that up. But anyway, so I actually used this today to tighten a fairly large bolt at work, and it worked very well. So again, I only used it once, but for that one time it did a good job. And it does seem to have fairly smooth action. Now, a lot of times this in here on cheap tools will just wiggle back and forth. So, but it does seem to hold fairly solid in here. So I was pretty happy with this. I mean, I feel like I've had adjustable wrenches that you can just hear it clatter and shake, but this one does not seem to as much. So anyway, I find a lot of value in that. And then with this being heavier, I don't know that NexTool really recommends it, but I would say you could probably use this for some light hammering task. Now, with this black finish with both of these, even with Gerber, I mean, the black finish will wear off with heavy duty task. So I would assume, even though I have not seen that happen, except in the finish on the pliers, but I would assume under heavy duty work you're going to have scratches and so forth, but that's not a huge deal to me. I like to use my multi-tools and not just store them. This is going to be used for work, not for show. All right, so let's look at this. This is going to be your bit driver. So we've got the saw, we have got the knife, we've got the pliers, the wire cutters, and then we also have the adjustable wrench. And we do have several options for the 1/4 inch bits. Now, before I had read that this is pretty much just you can only use the NexTool's bits. And I'm not sure why they say that. Other people have mentioned that, because I can fit this 1/4 inch bit, and I mean, it's going to work just fine. So I don't know why someone said that. I guess, let's see, let's go ahead and use actually some of the other bits, 1/4 inch bits from NexTool. So I think why they say that is because there isn't a strong magnet. I think they use these ball bearings, and so they fit there. So that is the complaint. Now, that's not a huge deal for me. I have used nut drivers in the past, and they're not magnetic. And I've used screwdrivers in the past, I think maybe with bits that were not magnetic. So that's not a huge deal. You can't always get a small magnetic bit, but this will be a deal breaker for some, but I still really like this. So you can use the ball bearing ones here, and then they work good. They do not fall out. And then I would not hesitate to use the other 1/4 inch. All right, and then you have several different ways to use these. So you can use them at the end. You can use it like this. You can use it even like this as well. So there's many different options to use, different angles to use the bit driver, which I think is pretty neat. So it comes with the Phillips, and then it does come with this as well. And then of course you can always use 1/4 inch, but they are not magnetized, so keep that in mind. So overall, I'm the most excited, actually, probably with all of NexTool's multi-tools. Probably one of the things I'm most excited is actually this adjustable wrench. So this comes in at $34. So this is one of the cheaper multi-tools, and then see, they store right there. So that's pretty handy, those bits. So this is one of the cheaper multi-tools, and then it just fell out. So you do have to, let's see, I will grab this, and let's try that again. So let's see how, I have not had these fall out, so I may not have gotten that in right. So I do not see that falling out again. So I'm not sure, probably wasn't seated in there properly, but keep that in mind on your multi-tool. So anyway, overall, I feel like this is very competitive. Again, because of the work I do have to use a adjustable wrench, and I really find a lot of value in that. Even though you've only got a couple of tools, it basically has the tools that I want. So it has this long arm screwdriver, and then the adjustable wrench and the pliers and the knife. And that's basically what I need for a heavy duty multi-tool. So I really, really like that. Now, I did want to mention that NexTool has been very gracious in giving me these tools, and you will probably see them comment in the section below. So they seem to be a lot more interested in what the customer wants on their multi-tool than any other multi-tool brand I know. So keep that in mind. They do seem very open to suggestions. And I feel like, frankly, they're hitting it out of the park with some of their multi-tools. They're just improving by leaps and bounds. And I'm pretty excited that they gave me several of these multi-tools to check out. I've got another multi-tool video with NexTool's products right at the end.